What's going on? Afrin here, and today I'm in search for a new surface iron rod. As you guys seen in the previous video, my surface iron rod is broken. Over years of abuse, 3 or 4 different reels, and too many bad reel clamps, the blank has been crushed. I have shoved a wood dowel inside the rod blank with epoxy. I used that for about 3 years, but the rod is just too weak, so it's time to get a new rod. I've had this rod right here since 2009. It's been a great surface iron rod. I've caught a ton of yellowtail on it, big calicos, and even bluefin tuna. So this rod is a CalStar Graphiter 900H. Since it is a rod from 2008, the market has changed, technology has changed, so there's new rods out there that are better apt to throwing the surface iron, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna look to see what they got, maybe get a little education on all this stuff, and hopefully pick up a new rod. Let's get in there.
I love that 6480.
6480, yeah. I mean, that was like, that's perfect for kayak, short, kelp stuff.
This is the same idea as the 6480 in a 9-foot 90J. This is a 90J, but with the graphite in the core, keeps a little lighter, a little better lifting power, easy to load up, but a really good rod for fishing yellow, and especially for fishing tuna. Should that happen again, you got a lot of balls in the rod. Like, it's got a lot of lift. It's not real spongy. Obviously, an all glass rod is gonna load a little bit more because the glass is gonna be a little bit softer, and you'll get more of the rod to load on the cast. But I think these things load really nice, fire a jig really nice, and really good for pulling the fish. The rod you have, like, you'll see when you're like looking at it in the light, like, it's mostly graphite to here, and then there's a little bit of glass. I mean, there's still graphite up top. There's still graphite in the tip. There's still graphite in the base. What happens is when you load that rod up, what happens is the graphite recoils too fast, and it snaps forward, and it tends to like line drive the jig off the rod tip. They're light. They're comfortable, they're good for pulling on a fish. As you know, you've owned it, you can still cast a jig, and you can still cast a jig plenty far. You'll definitely increase your casting distance with something with a little more glass and something that loads a little better.
And then you have a custom too.
Yeah, so this is a Pinhead Ulua that's just wrapped black on black with Fuji dyes. Like, their factory one has, this is that rod done the way that we would probably all do it. You know what I mean? Slightly more expensive just based on the guides, but only via the difference in the cost of guides, I think. So this is a cool rod. This is an all glass CalStar 100J that's cut to 9.6.
Okay.
And so we pull a little bit, 4 inches off of the tip, 2 inches off the butt section to make it 9.5. But the rod still loads well because this is an all fiberglass rod.
Oh, hell
but
yeah.
it's shorter, and you're into the backbone quicker than a normal 100J. So that's a real comfortable rod for firing a jig a long way too.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, a little bit shorter. You get the advantage of the all glass. Once you're attached, a graphite rod is a little nicer for pulling on a fish, but this one you're into the backbone pretty quickly. That's a pretty cool one. That's just nice, all glass 100J cut down to 9.6. This is just a GG90J. That's just wrapped.
That one just wrapped different.
Same rod,
same rod.
Same rod, just cool looking.
Wow,
you see how much
different? Yeah, way different.
Yeah, and that's the graphite. You know, the graphite is faster.
This is the GG90J.
This is the GG90J.
That one right there.
Same rod.
Wow.
Crazy the difference though between an all glass rod and a graphite rod.
For sure.
Now,
can you give me these two? Pull on these real quick. Dude, you didn't even know you were doing this today, but thank you.
This is what I do. This is what I do every day.
Okay, so this one has a little bit more tip action.
A little slower, a little softer, a little spongier.
I kind of like this pinhead thing. It's kind of in the middle.
Yeah, for sure it is.
The middle.
Let me go double check, see what it costs, just so we know what we're working with.
do this.
Yeah,
man.
you got it.
You got, I mean, dial.
This wasn't the sales pitch for you to buy it. This
No,
was
not
just
at all.
This was just let's figure out what you want. But
Dude, I was here to buy, so.
I got you, man. I got you.
I got the new rod, Seeker 9.3 Pinhead Ulua. I didn't know I was going to be getting a custom wrapped surface iron rod. That's exactly what I wanted, just to have something a little bit different. Shout out to Rick Maxa from Fisherman's Landing. Thanks so much for all that knowledge. I will leave a link in the description to their tackle shop. There they are together, old and new. You can see this one has bow legs, this one's straight. And the new rod is 3 inches longer, so totally happy with that. Let's go ahead and put that reel on. All right, guys, so here are the pieces for the new surface iron rod. We have the Tiburon aftermarket clamp, we have the Torium 20, and we have a screwdriver. Let's go ahead and assemble the clamp on the reel, and then let's get that reel on the rod. We have the aftermarket Tiburon reel clamp. Got the base, the frame, and the screws. It was recommended to get the medium. Even though it calls for the large, Rick said use the medium, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna flip the reel over. So what we're gonna do is attach these two right here. I wanna hit this screw with a little bit of grease, because this screw tends to freeze up with that salt. And you know salt can freeze up anything. So we got a little grease here. Let's share it with the other screw. Now this clamp has a little lip here. That's gonna go on the inside. All right. Get our screw in there. Put our Phillips there. Start it up. Don't over tighten it. Get our next screw in. All right, now we can give it a good hand tighten here. All right, that's the beginning of it. That's our base that will sit on the rod. You can see that's a wider base. The pressure of the reel to spread across more of the rod instead of this stock reel clamp, which seems to put a lot of pressure on the rod. All right, let's go ahead and assemble the bottom half now. All right, so we got the rod resting right there on the reel seat. Put the clamp on the back. I'm also going to dab a tiny bit of grease as well. This stuff will lock up with the salt water. Okay, this one is a flathead. Let's just get that started off. We got it started off there, so we'll go ahead and put the other side on. The kit did come with a shorter screw and a longer screw. For this rod, we're going to have to use the longer screw. All right, you guys don't want to over tighten it right away. You want to get both sides of the screws tightened down the same length, and then you can give it a tighten. Once you've seen that the reel is straight down the rod, in line with the guides, go ahead and tighten it down. Tighten down each side a little at a time. You don't want to get it lopsided. And don't over tighten it, guys. You don't want to crush that blank. Don't be like me. All right, guys, we got the reel on there secure and snug. And what I'm going to do now is attach this zip tie with a loop. This will be for when I attach the surface iron to the rod. Got the reel attached to the rod. What you want to make sure is that reel is pointed straight down those guides. So there we go there. It's nice and straight. It's a nice fit in the hand. I like this rod blank. It's beefy. It's different than the other rod I had. You can see how that Torium 20 fits in the hand. It's not so big on this side. The reel plate is smaller on one side than the other. So it fits nicely in the hand all day. So guys, a good way to line up your reel on your deckhand rod. A simple way to do it, the rule of thumb, saltwater wise, is the length of your forearm. So a lot of times guys use that length to set up their rod. And I like to have just a little bit here for casting. Use the flexibility of that fiberglass tip to get that iron way out there. That's typically the length you want to use for surface iron fishing. Some guys like it a little shorter up here. This is what I normally roll with, so we're gonna use it. All right, guys, thanks for joining me on the quest for the new surface iron rod. I can't wait to put this thing to use. If you guys have any questions on the equipment I'm using, the tackle, the rod, the reel, the line, the jigs, go ahead and drop it in the comment section below and I will get back to you on that. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate all the support you guys are giving WARBAITS and this channel. We're growing, and it's because of you guys. It's about to crack off here. Summer's starting to happen, and fish are everywhere. So get out there, go fishing, hook that giant.